Living the life. Living the life. Living the life. Living the life. Living the life.
We'll also be joined now by Shamima Malik, who's also taken part in this survival camp for Islamic Relief. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. It's nice to be here finally.
Thank you. Thank you so much
me.
for joining us. So you were part of this survival camp as well, obviously, and we've already heard Kashif's thoughts on it. Obviously, it was very difficult. He found. What was the most difficult part of it for you?
I think for me it was just the reality of how detached I was from this all, and there were a lot of people from different backgrounds, ages, and it didn't matter because we're all sharing this one experience. It's really easy when we're in our own comforts, and it's not to say we're being selfish, it's just because we're fortunate in our places that we don't realise the impact that others are going through. So that was, the reality hit me, and that was something I took away, which is why I'm hoping to join this year. But I've spoken to a lot of friends and family from different religions and backgrounds and said, come along, it will be a good place to
when you're talking to your friends, what are you telling them to prepare? What should they bring with them?
Mentally, just prepare yourself because it's cold. And now I'm hearing we're going up to the north. Is it north? Yeah, my geography is terrible. So mentally just be prepared. But also we're going to go back home. So when they ask you, what do I bring with? Do I do this? No, it's not a comfort trip. It's a survival camp. And there are people out there who, are in the cold without any shelter, without food. We've got children, we've got elderly. So you're with people and when you think about the Syrian refugees and the people that are destitute and have no homes, they're with people that they probably have never met before. So I've encouraged them, scared them a little bit, prepared them, but it's...
I can imagine. I mean, we're looking at the food packs that you guys had now, and I know Kashif mentioned this earlier as well, that it's not a lot, but it goes a long way. Yeah. I mean, all this canned food I see here, is there some pasta over there? There's some canned food. So how difficult is it to prepare that for everybody as well?
Well, I'll just give you a bit of background on this one. We had that meal at probably about 8, or we started to cook it at 9, we ate at 10. This was the second meal over for 24 hours. So by the time we got the pack open and saw what was in there, it's very minimal. Salt, pasta, as you saw. So it was difficult to prepare.
Sure.
I didn't realise, because watching the video, you actually tell how harsh the reality was for you. Because, again, I thought when you were getting food, it was probably ready-made, but the reality is you were just given raw ingredients and go and make it. Yeah. And I'm guessing you probably had to start the fire from scratch as well.
Yeah, we did.
So this is a proper full-on experience then?
Yeah.
How did you start the fire?
Well, how did we start the fire?
I can't even remember.
I don't think somebody had like a lighter or anything, did they? Are we talking about old school?
No, I don't remember
think it was
flints
that bad.
or anything like that. But the water, that was a main thing for me actually, because when we're talking about the people who are suffering with this, they don't have clean water. We had bottled water, for example. So we had to be very careful with the amount of water we were using. And then we're in each group. So the guys were split and the girls were split up. Obviously, we cooked better. Our meal was much better. But again, we were talking about, big numbers. You've got a small bit of food to cook. Water is limited.
Of course.
You've got one pot, you've got to wait to cook that, then clean that up, then cook something else into that. When you think about it practically, these are things that we take for granted.
Absolutely. And obviously, it's the time of year as well you do it, because now you guys are planning another one at the end of this month. Yeah. It's freezing in the UK right now.
Cold.
I mean, it's snowing in London today, actually. If it's snowing in London, I can only imagine what the temperature up north is like. Yeah. It's going to be even more challenging, but you guys seem quite motivated to do it again.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just an experience, really. I mean, I just go head on. I don't really think about it. I know it's going to be tough and everything because I was there last year, but I mean, raising money and knowing that you've gone through it, it's like an accomplishment. So.
And this time round, it's a national event, so we'll have everyone in one place. And for me, it's, as Kashif said, it's raising that awareness, but the funds go such a long way. Yeah. We're talking £215, which will go towards the whole family pack. You break that down, we're talking about things like blankets, food, fuel, very basic things, but they will go such a long way, inshallah. Yeah. So I encourage everyone, if you haven't already, definitely go onto the Islamic Relief website and check out the survival camp. Apply, log in. If you can't, at the very least, share and donate as much as you can, because again, it's not just for the Syrian refugees, which is another interesting point I wanted to raise. This will actually go to a lot of the neighbouring countries as well, like Afghanistan, and
Sure.
you know, you've got there's
Countries
a lot
taking
going.
the refugees
Yeah.
in. Sure.
Yeah, so it's this time round it's been turned into a bigger.
You know, the great thing I like about this is that, well, I say the great thing is one thing when you're going on this camp, you know, you know what you're getting yourself into. So you've pretty much got time to prepare yourself mentally, physically, and even, you know, wrap yourself up with the right kind of clothing. And you kind of just put that into context with what our brothers and sisters are going through and, you know, who are real life refugees. They can only take what they've got with them.
Yeah.
And, you know, is that the right thing for them, isn't it? We just don't know. Have they got the right kind of clothing where they go? So I think great experience. And I, you know, urge anyone who's watching this that they should really sign up, get involved. Because I think that's the only way we're going to really understand what
and
refugees are going through. Right?
There are, we were grateful because we actually had 3 Syrian refugee guests that arrived. So we don't want to give too much away, but they were there as well. And hearing the experiences firsthand is something else. You see on the news, and again, it's about desensitizing the facts sometimes because you're here and they're there. But them sitting in front of you, telling you, narrating the things that they've seen, it still stuck with me. And it's a humanitarian crisis, you know. It goes across all borders. So I know we can't change a lot that's going on, but we can make a change here, inshallah.
Absolutely, we can contribute from here. I remember one of my friends who went on one of these trips. I said to him, "How did you find it?" You know, he went to Lesbos when it was all kicking off last summer. I said to him, "Well, how did you find it?" He's like, "When I was there, it was fine. I was getting involved. They had a very nice area for me to sleep. I could sleep, and I did my work, and it was fine. It was only when I came back that I couldn't sleep. So I couldn't sleep. I couldn't get those images out of my head. I felt like I had to. I felt even more motivated to do as much as I possibly could because I'd seen and felt it firsthand. It was only once I came back that I felt guilty. Is that something that stayed with you guys as well a little bit? Just that experience, having sort of, you know, simulated the experience.
Yeah, it's like you'd go back home and realize how much luxury items you have, how much you possess, and it will give you that ease. But then you'll know that the people out there don't really have this.
You feel grateful and responsible at the same time, I imagine.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, we are fortunate, and this is our test, and this is their test. So we're in different places, but it's not about losing hope or, you know, falling into despair, but just realizing we have the opportunity to make that change for them, and that's where we need to, you know, our mindset needs to be.
Absolutely. And if others do want to get involved and do want to participate, register, how do they go about doing that?
They will go onto the Islamic Relief website.
And you can donate and join with whichever one you want to do.
So
but
Islamic
there's a load of us.
.org.uk.
Yeah, .org.uk /survival.
/survival. Guys, make sure you get in touch. That's a fantastic campaign.